So next up is our half double crochet foundation row. And I just wanted to show you a composed one before I show you how to compose it. So up here you can see you have V's. On the bottom you can also see you have V's so that they are mirror images of each other, and that is what I'll be showing you. You are basically going to be creating a row of half double crochets and the chain together at the same time. The reason why it's important to learn foundation rows is that when making garments especially, you end up with a lot more stretch, which allows for a lot more ease when you are crocheting. So let me get some yarn, and we're going to make a slip knot. Now there are two ways that you can do half double crochet foundation rows. I'm going to show you both. However, I'm going to show you the easier one, and you want to get familiar with this one first. The other one is a little more difficult, and you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. So you're going to chain two. You're going to yarn over. You're going to insert your hook in the second chain from the hook. So that's the first. There's your second. Yarn over, pull up one loop. Yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, which creates your first chain. And then you're going to yarn over and complete your half double crochet by pulling through all three loops remaining on your hook. So that's your first foundation half double crochet stitch. You're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook into the V that you just created. So just to show you, this is how it looks. If you look this way, it looks crazy. I'll show you again as we get a little longer. And then it looks this way when you turn the hook that way. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull up one loop. You now have three loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through the first. That creates your next chain, just to show you that visually. And then you're going to yarn over and complete your half double crochet by pulling through the remaining three loops on your hook. Let's repeat that. Yarn over, insert your hook into the last chain made, yarn over, pull up one loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop of your three. You should still have three on your hook. You're going to yarn over, and now you're going to complete your half double crochet. The biggest mistake that most people make, or what makes them think they can't do these, is forgetting to do, I'm going to show you the steps. So yarn over, insert your hook into the last chain that you made, both loops, I'm sorry. Yarn over, pull up one loop. Here is where the mistake is made. You must yarn over and pull through that first loop on your hook before you complete your half double crochet. This goes for all, regardless of what type of foundation row. If you don't do that first yarn over, pull through the first stitch, then you are not creating your chain, and your chain has to be underneath. Think of it as this way. If you're using chains, you would chain all of your chains, and then you would work back down that row, placing one half double crochet into each chain that you made. Using the foundation row, you're actually doing both of those steps at the same time. And if you don't yarn over, like right now, you can see that the only thing that's made is the chain. When I yarn over again, I'm going to pull through the remainder. I'm going to finish my half double crochet, and by doing that, I have created my chain and my next half double crochet. So when we yarn over, and if you want to turn this way until you get used to it, you can. And you're going to go into the last chain that you made, and you're going to yarn over, pull up one loop. You're going to yarn over, you're going to pull through one loop, the first loop on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and complete your half double crochet. And regardless, again, to what stitch you are working for your foundation row, what you want to make sure that you're doing is coming through that first loop right here. After that, you can make a double crochet. You can make whatever stitch you're making by completing that stitch, but you have to make sure you continue to do your chain. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pull this down now. The next thing that I'm going to show you is the other method, and I'm going to show you why it can be a bit of a headache. Before I do that, I just want to lay this out, and I want to show you how it looks. And this is a half double crochet row. So now I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to make another slip knot. The way that you should create a half double crochet, if you're familiar with stitch composition at all, then you know that a half double crochet is equal to a height that falls in between a single crochet and a double crochet. With that being the case, in reality, we really should be chaining one. The reason this one is more difficult is because until you get an anchor, it can be difficult for you. So the way that you do a chain one is you're going to go into the chain that you just made. In order to do that, you see how my finger is holding my working yarn and the loop that's on the hook. When I hold that, it allows me to kind of twist around, go back into that loop, and you see I'm still holding it. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop on the hook. I have 3, yarn over, and pull through the remaining 3 to complete my half double crochet. Now, again, this one takes time to kind of get used to. For instance, if you don't hold it the way that I was showing you, now after you finish the first one, you're fine. But if you don't hold it the way that I showed you, then your yarn will twist around because it's not actually anchored until you complete that first one. So that's the only thing I just want you to, I'm going to see if I can actually make the mistake and not hold it. I do these a lot, so I don't know. I can't say for sure that I'm actually going to be able to do it. But, so on the chain one method, I would chain one. If I were, let's say I didn't hold this and I was just trying to go into that, it can get, you see how messy it can get because I'm not holding the loops. Unfortunately, I'm actually quite proficient, so because I know what's what, I can still figure it out. So it's difficult, like once you master something, to really kind of intentionally make a mistake on certain things. So I was still able to create my first one. One of the things that will happen sometimes is it'll create a really big gap right here. So my advice is that you go ahead and use the chain 2 method until you get used to and proficient at doing the other thing is, you see how tight this is? You don't necessarily want your foundation row to start off because consistency is key. So you don't necessarily want your foundation row to start off really tight or really loose for that matter. So if you look at, sometimes you can do it a little bit looser. You can go in, pull up a loop. But if you, the problem that you run into is if you have it too loose, you will show. So it's really a balancing act, which is why I do advise you guys to go ahead and start with the chain 2 method. Yarn over, insert your hook into second chain from hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through, complete your half double crochet. Again, we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the V, the chain you made, and then you're going to yarn over, pull up 1 loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first, and you're going to yarn over and pull through the complete your half double crochet by pulling through those 3. So again, so it's really as you know, it's hit or miss for me. Sometimes if I am in a good headspace, I'm able to do the chain 1 method with ease. Other times, not so much. With the single crochet, it's kind of the same thing. If you're doing a single crochet foundation row, ideally you want to chain 1. However, when you chain 1, you need to go back into that same chain, and that can prove to be a bit of a headache. It is doable. I do it frequently. However, it is definitely something that, you know, it requires quite a bit of patience with yourself, practice, and you have to kind of plan it out. So again, if you were doing a chain 1, you would just chain 1, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain that you made, yarn over, you would pull up that loop, and you want to still have 3 on your hook. You want to yarn over, pull up to make your first chain, yarn over, and pull through the final 3. So again, like I said, it's definitely doable, but it does take some getting used to, and you want to try to find your sweet spot in terms of the tension And that is what can prove to be kind of wonky for you. So definitely practice with the chain 2, and then when you feel confident, go ahead and see if you're able to achieve that chain 1. If you are, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know so we can celebrate you. But until the next time, I think the next one I do will probably be a treble foundation row, mainly because I don't see it that much, and I don't know why, but I am going to come on and go ahead and share that, doing a foundation treble crochet row, and see what we can make happen with that. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Bye bye.